Hey everybody, this is Joshua Tucker, the tendonitis expert. And on this video, we're going to talk about plantar fasciitis. And specifically, we're going to explain why plantar fasciitis is not a foot problem. And very briefly, we'll mention that it's unfortunate that your doctor doesn't know that. So, plantar fasciitis. What causes plantar fasciitis? Is it the running you do? Or the walking you do? Or the standing you do? Or is it something to do with your job on your feet? Or just that you're sitting around all the time? Are any of those causes for plantar fasciitis? The answer is no. Running doesn't cause plantar fasciitis. Walking doesn't cause plantar fasciitis. Standing doesn't cause plantar fasciitis. Nor your job, nor your sitting, etc. None of that causes plantar fasciitis. There might be contributory factors, but they are not causes of plantar fasciitis. So your activity doesn't cause plantar fasciitis, which is good news, because when your doctor tells you it's your job or your sport or your physical therapist says it is or your podiatrist says it is, you can know that they don't really know what they're talking about. So, if it's not your activity that causes plantar fasciitis, what is it? Is it plantar fascia that's too tight? Well, that requires circular logic, because if your plantar fascia is too tight, and that's what's causing the plantar fasciitis, what caused the fascia to be too tight? Plantar fascia just doesn't magically become too tight. It just doesn't happen to be tight one day for no reason. Plantar fasciitis becomes tight, which means it's a symptom and not a cause. And we'll come back to symptoms and cause, but essentially what we need to know about that is symptoms are not the problem. The cause is the problem. If you want to get rid of the symptoms, get rid of the causes, and that will get rid of the symptoms. So none of your activities cause plantar fasciitis, and none of your symptoms are the cause of plantar fasciitis. Only causes can cause plantar fasciitis. So to answer the question, what causes plantar fasciitis, we need to ask the question, what is plantar fasciitis? So what is plantar fasciitis? Plantar fasciitis is a form of tendonitis. And all forms of tendonitis, whether it's plantar fasciitis or Achilles tendonitis or wrist tendonitis or whiplash, etc., all of tendonitis is a dynamic. And by dynamic, I mean it's made up of multiple factors. Multiple factors are at play causing the problem. The tendonitis dynamic specifically has three primary factors. First is muscle and connective tissue tightness. Second is inflammation process. And third is nutritional insufficiency. So, what is plantar fasciitis? Plantar fasciitis is a tendonitis dynamic that's made up of three primary factors: muscle and connective tissue tightness, chronic process of inflammation, and nutritional insufficiency, by which I mean your body doesn't have enough specific nutrition that's required for your body to work properly. Along those lines, tightness eats up nutrition, and inflammation eats up nutrition. So you can see that the process itself helps make the process worse, because the tightness and the inflammation eat up nutrition, and then you don't have enough nutrition to function properly. The real cause of plantar fasciitis is tightness, inflammation, and nutritional insufficiency. And you'll notice I repeat this a lot because it's important. We're kind of conditioned to think that if our foot hurts, it's a foot problem. But the foot pain is just a symptom. The real cause is muscle and connective tissue tightness, inflammation, and nutritional insufficiency. All three of those factors working together. You've probably hurt for quite a while. You've probably seen more than one doctor. You've probably seen more than one physical therapist. Probably you've been hurting for more than a month and maybe even years. You might then be asking yourself, why hasn't my doctor fixed it? I've done everything my doctor said, nothing's fixed it. Now they want to do surgery, or they did do surgery, and it still hurts. So unfortunately, the answer is your doctor doesn't know how to fix plantar fasciitis. And part of why they don't know how to fix it is because they don't understand what it is. If your foot hurts right here, they think you have a problem right there. So that gets all their focus. That's where the corticosteroid injections go. That's where the surgery happens. That's why you get put in boots or splints and braces to take the pressure off this so that it doesn't get irritated. This gets all the attention, the pain right here. Unfortunately, again, that pain is just a symptom. That quote-unquote tight plantar fascia is just a symptom. That inflammation in the foot is just a symptom. The cause is tightness, inflammation, and nutritional insufficiency. But it's not just in the foot. And this is where we get to the topic of plantar fasciitis not being an actual foot problem. Partly it's not a foot problem because the pain in your foot is just a symptom. But here's the key you need to know. And I'm not going to go deeply into this because it kind of takes a fair amount of explanation. But essentially, if you hurt here, it's because this is not working correctly. These muscles aren't working correctly. Therefore, your foot can't work correctly. Your foot ends up with the pain, but the problem is up in here. If you want to fix your foot pain, getting ahead of myself. How do I get rid of the pain? If you want to get rid of your plantar fascia, your plantar fasciitis, then you have to address the cause of the foot pain. And the cause of the foot pain is not the foot. The cause of the foot pain is your lower leg. That's where the tightness of muscle and connective tissue is the prominent factor that's causing problems. You can have inflammation in your foot as well as up in here, but again, you just feel it in your foot. And nutritional insufficiency is, of course, your entire body. But it's affecting you not only systemically, but locally, such that this muscle cannot work properly if it doesn't have adequate nutrition. This muscle cannot work properly if it does not have adequate nutrition. Combine all these factors, combine the primary cause, which is these muscles are not working correctly, and that is what causes your foot pain. So that's the very basic explanation. Point being, surgery on your foot might be a very bad idea because they're just doing surgery on symptoms. And you can imagine that symptoms aren't something that you can effectively do surgery on because it's just a symptom. It's not the cause of the problem. If you'd like to find out more about plantar fasciitis, then visit my website, tendonitisexpert.com, and find the appropriate page, which will be linked to down below this video. Additionally, if you'd like to fix your plantar fasciitis, then I recommend my Plantar Fasciitis Treatment That Works program. DVD and ebook make up the complete program. And you can find that on the site as well. It shows you everything you need, and only what you need, to get rid of your foot pain by fixing the causes of your foot pain.